Let's move on to Brandon's second trend now. One of my favorite players. Speaking of dunks, Zach LaVine currently leads the league in minutes per game, which to me is like shocking. I remember back when he was a rookie in the Wolves, tried to use him as a point guard for whatever reason. Didn't quite work out so hot, but now with Tom Thibodeau at the helm, Zach LaVine is getting crazy run, and it seems like it's paying off pretty well.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, he's leading the league in minutes per game. He's at 37.9 per game. Last year, he was at 28 minutes per game and 24.7 in his rookie year. His FanDuel points per game have jumped from 22.1 to 29.3. And if you just look at his game log, he's playing 30 minutes and he played 30 minutes 17 times this season, which is 68% of his games, and he played 40 or more 7 times. So basically every game he's played has been 30 to 40 minutes, and it's led to a big change in consistency for him. If you also were to break down his game log from, a standard deviation standpoint, his floor has jumped significantly. You can expect him to score between about 20 and 38 FanDuel points in about 68% of his games. I know that might sound confusing, but just take it this way. He's much more consistent, and he's got a much higher ceiling than he did last season. His median FanDuel points per game are up to 29.6 from 22.7. He's not really getting buoyed by some big games. He's just been much more consistent, and that's has a lot to do with those minutes. In addition to the minutes bump, he's jumped his effective field goal percentage to 55%, which is up from 50.5% in his career. The thing for me is his usage rate isn't much better. It's 22.7% from 23.5% last year. But those 30 minutes or more are pretty much a guarantee, and that's really welcomed at a tough to fill position of shooting guard for me. And you mentioned that he had trouble getting on the court earlier in his career, and it was kind of a question mark how Tom Thibodeau would handle him, because LaVine has been one of the worst defenders in the league. Based on ESPN's defensive real plus minus, he was, I think, the second worst defender at the point guard position he was classified, and this year he's still bottom 5. So despite the defensive issues, he's on the floor 30, 40 minutes a game. So he's a much different player than he was last year.